thank everyone for coming out today. And I know, Jared, you had to run all the way here because parking's awful. And I thank you, coaches, for just being a part of my life and coming to this. So I was born here in Colorado, April 22nd, 1999. I share my birthday with my wonderful aunt back there, Mouse. I love you. Um, I've been living in the same house for 17 years. Uh, I typically lived in one for almost a year, and then we moved to the house I live in now, and it's just been a joy living in one place, growing up with my family, and just having a wonderful time. Um, Best part about growing up, I guess, is my brothers, because I mean, if I didn't have one, pretty awful. I get bored real quick. But I remember always hanging out with Justin and Jared, either playing some floor hockey or doing quick scope battles or just fighting. Especially with Justin, I wrestle him all the time. Um, I just love doing that. And my oldest brother Justin, he's the one who got me started into hockey and then later into lacrosse. And can't thank him enough for getting me into hockey because it's my favorite sport in the world. But like I was saying, my two older brothers, Jared and Justin, and I have a half sister, Sissy. Hope you're watching this. But we didn't get really know each other growing up, but I still love you, and it's always great to hang out with you. So I grew up in Franktown, Colorado. It's a small town south of Parker, east of Castle Rock. And it's been a lot of joy going out there because we live in the woods, and so you go out there and we play paintball, not paintball, sorry, airsoft. Go out there, we pretend army men, just go out there having fun, having a fun kid's imagination. Um, so I grew up going to Franktown Elementary School, and my mom works there. That was always the best because instead of having to wait to go home to tell your mom what happens, you can just walk up to the front desk and tell her. But at the same time, if you got in trouble, you went straight there, and it was pretty bad. But yeah, I grew up going to Franktown for first through fifth. I went to middle school at Sagewood Middle School, sixth grade through eighth grade, and not too much happened in middle school. I remember hanging out with my best friend Patrick. And it's just sad that once we went to high school, we split up. But I remember always hanging out with him, playing Minecraft, and I had so much fun doing that because it was almost like my imagination was in a video game. Because I go in there and I create and design all this stuff. Coming here to Valor, I was following my brothers, and I just thought it was a great idea because of the culture and all I've heard about the teachers and the great experiences that are here. Freshman year was my hardest year because Sagewood wasn't the best school, and coming to Valor was a giant academic step up. So it was a very hard challenge for me growing up and just learning how to adapt to a new academic structure. Whoops. Then between freshman and sophomore year was very interesting because freshman year I was only 5'2". Between freshman and sophomore year, I grew 6 inches and became 5'8", and it was incredible because people I'd come back in and people were like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Jonah." He's like, "You grew." I'm like, "Yeah." But my sophomore and my junior year were probably the hardest time in my life because I struggled with academics and being ineligible for hockey. I just got a lot of depression from that, and I just wasn't happy during that year and time of my life. I remember though from sophomore year, the best part was going to U.S. history. Beth Hutchison, I know you couldn't be here, but you're the best teacher there is in the world, and I love taking BGen with you right now. But U.S. history, that was my favorite class probably here in school because when we got the World War, I destroyed it. I love learning about World War and just war in general. So I remember going up to my final second semester sophomore year, and we had that interviews, and we were there, and we were supposed to go over everything we learned in the semester. But I basically took pretty much the entire time staying in the World War II section, just going in really deep detail because I just love talking about that. Uh, Junior year, like I was saying, is great, hard, depression time, but that's when you came coach, and that just changed the culture, hockey culture here, which made my senior year so great. But junior year, it was fun because I went out and I visited my brother at West Point and just seeing all that. One thing I do not like about going out to see my brother in New York was going through New York City. I hate New York City. Um, yeah, I just growing up, seeing my brother. I basically just walked my brother's shadow growing up, and seeing that he was at West Point just inspired me to want to go into the military. So I thank him very much for that because I love him to death. Between junior and senior year, during the summer, I had the opportunity to go up with Beaver to his cabin, where I had the wonderful time of getting a first degree sunburn, which was very painful. I was down my shoulders and onto my arms, and for a week, I literally just sat still with blisters all over my back and arms, and taking baths for an hour, just trying to relax. Senior year, it's the best time of my life because I finally figured out like what I wanted to do. I want to go to be a naval architecture for the Navy and design and build warships. And I got that all because of growing up and learning and loving to build and design stuff. Because I go out and I just build, find something, build it. And for my brother, but senior year was the best because I decided junior year I was going to stop playing hockey for the rest of my life. But then I said, you know what, I'm going to give it one more chance. And I remember from Bill Lockertour, great inspiration, he told me that I can do anything if I put my mind to it. And so I put my mind to school, and so I was eligible. So I played hockey, and it was the best decision I've ever had because this year was so much fun. We went everywhere, we played, had a great time, played hard. It's fun playing with everyone who I couldn't and didn't have the opportunity to play with the years before. And that's just awesome for me because senior year, it's the last year of high school. I regret so much not doing well in school, but be able to do so well this year and have my life just go straight up was awesome. And I can't thank my teachers, my friends, and my coaches for that. I had the opportunity to play for Team Colorado as well with hockey, and that was a lot of fun because I got to see what it was like to go and play in a showcase with other players who I haven't played with through the entire year. So it was just a weekend, and that was a lot of fun because I made a lot of new friends and got to see like how scouts look for people, and now I know what I need to do and keep talking to scouts to go to camps and everything. But a lot of fun this year. I had the opportunity last week to go to California with my dad and my sister to see my grandpa, who I haven't seen him in 10 years, which was incredible to go see him. That was so much fun because I also got to meet my uncle, who I've never met before, and I like him a lot because he's a bit of a cuckoo head. um, but that was so much fun because I got to really learn about how my dad grew up in a small town in Northern California and just see the history that he grew up with and going to his high school reunion. And although I was bored, it was just fascinating to see. Like it was so small, everyone basically knew each other, and you just had tight relationships with everyone. And that's really fascinating to me, and I'm glad I was allowed to go on that with you. Um, but along with like hockey and senior year, hockey is it's my passion. It's basically my church and my cross. I go there and all the stress I have is just released and let go. I step out on the ice and I feel free, which is a lot of fun, especially in the mornings when the boys would chirp me for always trying to go on the ice early. That was fun, but I'd always try to go out early because any minute or second I could get on the ice is it's incredible to me. Um, yeah. I think the hockey boys so much because this year really made it enjoyable to me. Because I remember when I played High Plains freshman year, and we just went out there and we just played. We didn't really get to know each other, but this year it was a really tight group, and I thank everyone for that because it just made the year so much better. And what made us such a great team is that we were close and fought together as friends. And then, so that's my high school year, and I've been having fun. And I'm hopefully trying to continue my hockey career by um, going to Metro to play for their hockey team. I'm going to try out for their team and other little small community college teams in Colorado, because nothing makes my day better than going out and playing hockey. Um, to my thanks, I thank every teacher who I've had at the school. Like this year, thank you very much, Mr. Stone. Like you explored my faith so much, and I learned how to defend it well, because I came here without a faith. But over the last 4 years, it's been building and expanding, and can't thank you enough, because now that I know how to really explore other religions and mine at the same time. And like I was saying, Beth Hutchison, great teacher. She'll always find a way to make you smile, and that's just the best, because she has a great personality and she just makes you laugh. Um, to my friends, thank you very much for making even the darkest days the brightest. Can't thank you enough, because I I usually am not a friend kind of person. I'm kind of isolated, but you guys just make every moment I come to school the best, because I'd usually go crazy. But thank you guys for letting me go to prom with you and homecoming. It's been awesome. Can't wait to see what you guys do in the future, and especially you, Beef, when you go to play juniors. And Jamie, I bet you're gonna be one of the best nurses there is. Um, Although he can't be here, I kind of thank Reese, because he came here this year and I got to know him quite well, and we became good friends. And I always find just the time to talk with him and just sit down and talk with him. But like I was saying, also thanks to the boys, because um, you guys were also my really good friends. Because all the time we would be together because of hockey schedule. We have practices after school, before school, throughout the entire week, lifting, games. We basically spent our entire year together, and that was awesome. And I can't thank you guys for just making it one heck of a year. Um, to the seniors on the team, Beaver, Nick, Keegan, and Brian, I'm glad that we were able to end our high school career with the this year and going so far and completed so much, and really showing how much the team here has improved and will keep on improving. And to Chambers, although he's a great D partner, when I got the opportunity to play D, I became really close with him this year, especially with all the jokes that he made about me. That goes around way too much. Um, but I'm just glad for Chambers, because he's a great guy, and he always tries to find a way to make your day brighter with his crazy laughs and just being one goofy person. But to thanks to you, Coach Gwozdecki, and you, Coach Glossinger, for coming here and just really showing like your coaching skills. Not only did you teach us how to play hockey, but you were a mentor off the ice too. You would always keep uh, contacts on how I'm doing in school, and you always try to give inspiration on how to do daily life. And although the conversations were long, I enjoyed them, because it was just so much fun and a pleasure just to hear what you had to say. Um, yeah, I just thank you for the opportunity that you brought to here. And I don't really, I speak for the boys when I say this, but we all thank you very much, because Valor would probably be in the same boat where we were 2 years ago. We were just bottom of the barrel, um, bottom of the bucket. I mean, not playing so good, but he really showed just like what it takes to be a good hockey team. And might be because of a great coach, but it's all on how a team plays together and how we act and everything that there is. I got to thank Bill Lockertour a lot, because last year and this year he was just such great inspiration to me, and he showed me like how to play hockey and just how to go on through my life, because hockey is fun, but one day it ends, and he just taught me that he taught me that anything I can do can be done if I put my mind to it. And every time he came and came and coached our games, even though he was in Boston, I just really appreciated his time because he walked into the locker room and the entire team would go nuts. So I appreciate him for coming out and just having the opportunity to take time off his family and his work to come watch our hockey games. To Jared, I know we weren't close growing up because we did different activities. You were artsy kind of person, and I was a sports person, so I grew closer to Justin. But the last few years, even though we fought and everything, just how I grew up and matured, I really just started to appreciate how we would just hang out and just talk, even if it was about games or just chit chat. Like that one time we played Mario Kart for 2 hours. I just had so much fun doing that, just hanging out with you, and I hope we get to do that more because I love you, man. It's so much fun just to hang out with you. And I can't wait to see what you do. I know you can complete your dream and go work for Rooster Teeth because that's a pretty cool gig to have, and I know you fit in great. To Sissy, my older sister, I know because of our age gap, we didn't really do so much, and because you were gone. But when we went to Aiden, I just really got to appreciate how much of a great person you are, and how much of a good sister you are, and just always sending goofy Snapchat pictures with the doggy face and the weird tongues. But you're a great sister and great inspiration because you're such a young person. You have a great job as a manager, and you just show that it doesn't matter how old you are, how experience you have. If you fight to do what you want to do, you can do it. And then to Johnny, I thank you, Johnny, for being a part of our lives. Like that one time we went to Germany. I'm just glad that you're in our family because now when you guys get married, I'll have another brother whose name starts with a J, so that'll be 4. But I thank you for coming into Sis's lives and our lives because I know he'll be a great stepbrother. To Justin, you have always been my hero and friend growing up. We would always try to play some game or wrestle. I always wanted to do what you wanted to do because you inspire me so much because you have completed your dream. You went to West Point and now you're a tank commander. And sorry, but I just love you because you are my friend and my hero, and I just love you so much because you always care for me and try to find some way to brighten my day and just have fun with me. To my dad, I cannot think of a better dad to have in my life because you're always there. You always try to find some way to teach me a life lesson or just do one simple act every day. Although it might seem like I don't listen, I'm listening. Trust me, I always try to integrate that into my daily life, and every day I thank you for teaching me life lessons. But I loved hanging out with you and Aiden, and I hope we get to hang out more. Maybe go fly fishing in the summer because that'd be awesome. Because everyone knows how to fly fish except for me. But I thank you very much for everything you've done for this family and for me. Oh boy. Mom, thank you for being my number one fan. You're always there. You always try to find some reason to get to my games, not including the Crescent Butte ones because of scheduling. But you're always there, and I always hear you in the crowd cheering me on. Sometimes I might hear, but I always see you there, and it's awesome because you've always been there for me. Just been such a great help, and I thank you for being my cuddle buddy and my car buddy, and I just love being around you because as much as you are my friend, you're my mom because I just love you so much for everything. And I know that whenever you need me, I'll be there for you because you've always been there for me. So I thank you for just being the best mom, and I can never ask for another mom like you because you're one of a kind. That's it.